Live from LA Comic-Con in the heart of Hollywood, it's the Nighttime Show! With us as always, our producer Matt Walker, and also the humorous Mike Glazer. I'm the voice of the Nighttime Show, Mike Black. With us as always, our host Stephen Kramer Glickman, and our very special guest, Groundling alumni from the GOLDBERGS, and also known as Frau Farbissina in the Austin Powers movie series, Mindy Sterling! Yay! And here's the host of our show, the man who took all the sprinkles off all the donuts and gave them to you, Stephen Kramer Glickman!
Oh, enjoy the sprinkles, folks. This is
I'd rather have the bear donut.
Oh yeah, who doesn't like a bear donut? Mindy Sterling, I love you. I'm going to say that.
Stephen, can I say that right back at you? And it's very real right now.
It feels real. Did you have a fun day? You did some signing here in the booth. People love you. People love you.
Well, I had the best time. I think the worst time I had was just walking through this crowd to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's a hell of a thing.
Tough.
Yeah, it's a hell of a thing.
Yes, it's a hell of a thing, but I've had the best time. You have the best crew, the best group of people. You have the best shitty food.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was great.
It's pretty shitty, but I'll say this. LA Comic-Con is a great deal of fun. Mm-hmm. It really is. There's a lot of I love living in Los Angeles because it is such a fun and weird place, and you get kind of the best of LA in a con like
Oh
this.
God, you get LA, you get Toledo, you get New York, you get Mississippi. I mean, everybody's here doing something and wanting something, and everybody's so lovely, and the cosplayers and the children, and there's dogs. It's great.
Now, you were signing autographs for people. You know, one of the things I think that's so fun, when people are signing autographs, sometimes they start off, they go, oh, I really loved you in this, right? But then it takes some time for you to finish the signing. And by the time you finish, there's like maybe they've revealed something to you about their life. Maybe they've started confiding in you, or they just tell you that they're
they'll tell you things about I grew up with this, and my father, before he died, he said stop watching this shit. And it's they do talk, and then you get the looky-loos.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They're like, oh my God, bye-bye.
Yeah. You're like, well.
And then I did get one. My favorite today was, oh my God, I love your stuff. Oh, and cheers.
Cheers.
That was Rhea Perlman.
You're like, I'm not
that
Rhea
was not
Perlman.
Me. And I've been told that.
I'm not 2'5".
No.
But did you sleep with Danny DeVito?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's probably why they messed that up. No, it's just. It's the oddities, and then you get the wonderful people that just they don't know what to say. There was a little girl though. She came and she did not see Austin Powers at all, and she's looking at all my pictures, and she's got this. Oh my God! And I go, oh, did you see Austin Powers? And she goes, no. But you're this lady and that lady and this lady, and she went through the whole thing. She was so in awe, I think, of just seeing a person that represented all these pictures. She didn't know me from anything.
Oh, I love
but she wanted a picture of me, and her father's like, she wanted an autograph, and he goes, well, what are you going to do with that? And she goes, admire it.
Oh my God.
He did not give her a picture.
Huge problem with that.
Come on.
Okay?
Bad dad.
Okay, I'm just saying. Now, if he comes up right now, I'm stopping everything to
I'll
do
tell
it for
you.
this little girl. But no, he was like, all right, let's keep walking.
I did a signing at San Diego Comic-Con this year. It's my first time ever doing a signing. This is my second time ever signing.
It's crazy there. That's really crazy.
It's only things are only picked up because of Hulu. Like before that, no one really gave a crap.
Yes.
But what happened was, by the first person that came up for a picture was this little tiny fat boy with chocolate all over his face. And he walked up to me. He looked like me as a kid.
So you invented a time machine
Yeah.
as a child. It went to the future to find yourself.
And he walked up to me and he said, who are you supposed to be? And I said, I'm Stephen Glickman. I was on Big Time Rush. And he goes, never heard of it. And I go, well, I was in a movie also called Storks. And he goes, what else? And I go, that's about it, man. And he goes, okay, bye. And then he walked to the next person next to me.
And did the same thing?
And goes, who are you? And the guy was like, I was in Transformers. And he goes, as what? He goes, I was like this like robot thing. And he goes, Never heard of it. And it was just crushing dream after dream after dream.
It's my
It was
favorite
so great.
kid in Comic-Con history.
You gotta love someone like that because I would talk to that person, I'd nail him
Oh.
down so bad.
So your career is extraordinary. You started working back first movie, first TV shows. It was like 1985, 1981, 1982,
Was
3,
it?
4. Yeah. But one of your first jobs ever was working on Perfect Strangers.
Oh my God! I was just going to say that.
Yes.
We should have said it. Can we just say right now this at the same time?
Yeah.
So just go back like you're
Okay,
going to
okay.
say it, and then I'm gonna repeat it with you.
One of your first jobs you've ever had was on
Perfect Strangers. Oh my God,
Yes.
that's so weird.
Wow, Perfect Strangers.
That is true. That is true. I worked with those crazy people, which
Did
they
you-
were lovely.
Did you
Well,
ever
let's
do
wait,
the
wait,
dance
let's try
of
it
joy?
again. Wait, can we try it again?
Yeah.
Let's try it again. One of the first things you were ever in was
Perfect-
pornography. Oh, what?
Oh, Steven, you shouldn't have revealed that so
So
quickly.
did you do
It
the
was
dance of joy on
it
the
was
set?
The 80s.
No, but it was interesting for me because the director at the time was not very nice. I don't remember his name. I think it started with Joel.
Okay.
And he was not very nice. And I literally had I was
Joel Zwick.
Yes.
Oh, that's.
And I literally had I was the host at a restaurant, so I think my one line was right this way, please, or something like that.
Whoa,
Yeah.
nailed it.
I still remember. I can still do it. But it was it was a technical thing, so you had to move this way or you're out of the light. He would just yell at me. No, you're this way. You're over here. You're too fast. It was. I mean, you're thinking, oh my God, this is what you're going to do to someone that's just starting in the business and that has one line.
That's
it was
not a
really
very
horrible.
kind
It was
way to
horrible.
do things.
No, he wasn't a very nice man. But I think that was the first thing I did.
Wow. And then you kind of jumped right from that into doing animated stuff. You were doing
Did
some
I?
voice. Yeah, you did Brave
No.
Little Toaster back this is 1987.
Wow.
You were the sewing machine and
I was
the
the
mother.
Jewish sewing machine.
Was that your first voiceover job, or
I
had
think
you
so.
done some stuff?
No,
before
I think
that?
so. I think that was my first.
Yeah.
I think it was my first.
That's.
What was your first?
My voiceover?
Yeah.
Probably.
Also Jewish.
Yes, it was. It was
Yeah.
from my grandparents' 50th anniversary. I did the voiceover for the video that they played at the synagogue for everybody, and it was like.
So were you the
my
narrator?
I was like, 50 years ago, these people met and fell in love. It was like some stupid thing like this, but it was very cute.
What was your first on camera?
First on camera job? I played a role. The role was morbidly obese, ugly guy was the role. And then I got to the set and they said, if we shaved your head and put like an eagle tattoo on the side of your head, you could be a Nazi, like a neo-Nazi.
Oh my God!
And I was like, upgraded. And
You did that?
I did that, and I got to be like a neo-Nazi, and like my first thing I ever
And you
did.
got more money.
I got more money.
All right, that's how it works.
That's what Jews like. I'm Jewish. I can say
We
that.
want more money,
We
please.
want more money. This is a big. What was your first big break? The thing that you feel like was the big break? Was it Larry Sanders' show? Was that the show that was like, holy crap, you're doing like a big prime time big show?
Well, I mean, it was Austin Powers was really the big,
Yeah,
the biggest thing. But
that took you to like a level where
Yeah.
you were recognizable walking down the street.
yeah, that
you
was
know.
that was it. And Larry Sanders was how I got that was I was teaching his real girlfriend, Linda.
Yeah.
I was teaching her at the Groundlings, and she said, "Oh my God, you have got to meet my boyfriend. He's doing this show, and oh my God, he will love you." And I don't think I knew who he was.
Yeah.
And I went and met him, and he was like, "Oh my God, well, Linda says you're really funny," and so he found something for me, and he just threw me in, and I was one of the writers in the very probably I think I only did like 2 or 3 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, of the writers.
so cool,
And the
though.
writers. So it was really cool. And then they just gave up on me.
But working with Gary Shandling, is it like next level when you work with somebody like that who's just so talented where you walk in and they're just lighting up the room all the time, or what was that like?
Who, Gary?
Yeah.
No, I mean, because he had so much to think about and there was so much going on. So I don't, when you're, especially when you're doing a show for the first time, and I was in the very beginning, you could tell he had a lot on his brain and a lot on his mind. So it wasn't, wow, another day of acting. No, it was, I think he was intense.
Yeah. Well, no, you mentioned teaching at the Groundlings, and earlier at the booth, Oscar Nunez stopped by.
Yes.
And he mentioned that you taught him at the Groundlings.
Well, he looked at me and he goes, "Did you teach me?"
Oh my
And I
God.
go, "I think so. I think it was the Sunday Company. I directed you or taught you." And he's, "Yes." So yes, I did. I mean, there are a lot of
Whoa.
people.
Who else did you teach? and
I
work with?
taught Sherry O'Terry. I
my
taught
God.
Maya Rudolph.
Whoa.
I taught Mike McDonald. I taught, let's see, who else is on? Emily Spivey, who is a big, huge writer.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig was my babysitter for Max while I was working.
No, she was not.
Oh, yeah, she was.
Wow.
I never taught her, but she did babysit me, and we loved her. So there's been a lot of people that have gone, oh, Bryan Cranston,
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
I mentioned in his book.
Hey.
So, I mean, there's a lot of cool things that I can say, wow, whether they think I played an important part of their lives or not, I do.
Yeah. Great.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, before we continue this show, I got to talk about something that it's crucial to our show. If it wasn't for this company, we wouldn't really have a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Zoom. Okay, Zoom recorders, the Zoom Corporation, they provide us with one of the damn coolest things on the market. What are we recording our show
We're
on?
recording right now on a Zoom L8.
Oh, it's so awesome.
It's so cool.
It's so beautiful. We can do anything with this thing. Now, Zoom was established in Tokyo. It's based in Tokyo, and they have been equipping creators around the world, innovators in audio equipment. These guys just don't stop. Whether you're a classically trained pianist or a run-and-gun filmmaker, they have the item for you, the recorder for you. It will fit in your bag, and it will fit in your budget. And we've gotten to record our show all over the damn world.
Epcot Center, LA Convention Center, Ed Asner's house.
Oh, my God. So cool. So check out zoom-na.com. All right, let's get back to the show.
I was just at this cannabis event, and Jaleel White was there.
I think it is legal.
Okay, here it is. Yeah. Oh, hey.
All right, yeah.
I don't know who this is. And Jaleel White was there.
Yes, I did
and
his
it was
show.
incredible. And you did Family Matters Twice.
2 different characters.
How was it?
So the
different characters?
The second time I went into audition, the first one I was like, I was the crazy girl at a like a Chippendales, show, and I'd be like, bring in the something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dicks?
Or shake. No, something like shake your booty. That's what I went. It was like
Right.
shake your booty, and then they brought me in again like another time, and I said, you do all know that I have already done this show. And they go, it doesn't matter. So try out for this one.
Yeah.
And I got it. And
They
I
do
was,
that on a lot of shows because, like, I mean,
Really?
look, I'm going to bring
Oh,
up
yeah.
your one. I'm going to bring up is
Did
Star
you-
Trek.
They do it to you
Star
too?
Trek.
Of course, on
It's
Star
time for
Trek,
Nerd Alert with Matt Walker. It's a
Really?
Nerd alert.
on Star Trek, it's very common where actors will come back and play multiple characters. Now, granted, half the time they're wearing crazy makeup, so you can't recognize
Oh,
them.
that's true.
But, however, if you look at the one who played Catherine Pulaski on Star Trek Next Generation Season 2, she also played 2 different characters in the original series. She's the only person to be on both that was not. Never mind. Let's get back to the regular interview.
That wasn't that interesting.
You know what, Matt? We were just we were just with the folks from we were just talking about the folks from The Office. On The Office, in the Hey King episode, where they're looking for the kid who will become the next Hey King, which is like Rainn Wilson has like
Oh,
this,
right,
this
right.
thing. One of the kids that's vying for that position ends up playing Dwight's nephew on the show, like
Later on.
like literally,
Yeah.
6 weeks later, he's on the show doing something else.
All right, I have
Kids-
a question.
Kids can do that. Yeah.
So, do you ever do The Office?
No, but that's the reason. Part of the reason that I have any career is because Allison Jones, the
Yes, love her,
the
love her.
casting director, saw me on Last Comic Standing and thought that I would be right to play the bartender on The Office.
But
And
you didn't
so-
get it.
No, so then she brought me in, and I yelled all of my dialogue because I was a theater actor. I'd never done anything on film,
Oh,
so I was like,
Jesus,
hey, let me ask you something. Hey, I got a question. It was big, 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 and she was like, smaller, and I was like, okay. I'm trying my best, And then she was like, no, like whisper it.
Did
Take
you
it
say to
way
her, like,
down.
didn't you read the reviews of my play where the review in the Chicago Sun-Times just said Stephen Glickman is loud?
Yeah, that's.
Can I tell you something
I
that
learned how to be better though at it.
No, can I tell you
Took a long
something? In
time.
Miami, where I was raised, I auditioned. My father was an actor and a singer, so he had that sort of
Yeah.
voice. And I remember auditioning for this acting class or something, and she was like a big deal in Florida. and she told me it was too loud.
Really?
Yes. So we
Wow.
have this similar thing.
It's very similar.
Let me ask you this. This is another question. I'm going to be asking you a lot more.
Are you asking me questions? Okay. Here we
All
go.
right. So, is there any show that you everybody else that you know was on but you?
I mean, I know a lot of people who are on NCIS and who have been on Law and Orders and those shows. And
how about Seinfeld? I was never on Seinfeld.
Oh,
Were
you?
you?
Would have been, no. Oh my God, I would have done anything to be on that show.
I know, but it's like so many people
No.
that I know were, and I'm like, really? I never was on that?
Oh.
Yeah. Like Brian, like Cranston was on it.
Yeah.
even.
Tim Watley.
It seems
there
like
you
a
go.
show you would have been on.
But that's what I'm saying. Is there anything that you go, God, and it's over now, so you can't possibly go back?
No.
Would you have loved to have been on?
American Gladiators.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think
Yeah.
American Gladiators. I don't know. There's little ones like that I always, like cartoons and stuff that come on that I go.
No,
oh,
I don't want
wish.
cartoons. No,
No,
I
like
want
live
on
action.
Live action. Like, oh God, what ran
Parks
forever?
and Rec probably is one where I was like, I know a lot of people that were on that show, and I didn't even go anywhere near it.
Yes.
Like it never happened.
No, I never had an audition.
No, but
Not one.
you're kind of the whole time being like, oh, that would have been like a really fun thing to do. But also like it took me a long time to not yell on camera because even on Nickelodeon,
Were you? Well, Nickelodeon.
I was the
everybody
loudest
yells.
person in history
know.
on that damn show. So yeah, it took a little while to kind of.
And
find
let me
my
ask
way
you
out of
this.
that. Yeah.
Do people know that you have an incredible singing voice?
Mindy Sterling. This is not a compliment.
Do you know? No, I don't know what happened. I think maybe it was on Facebook or something.
Tara Strong and me
Yes.
do some singing
And
together.
I was like,
Yeah.
shit.
He was on Broadway.
I was on Broadway.
I know that, don't I? What were you
Yeah,
on?
Shrek, the musical.
Were
I
you
was Shrek.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
I was fired.
We'll show you the picture in a minute. Yeah.
Weeks before it opened on Broadway.
What?
I was let go
Why?
from it.
Too loud?
Just because no, they had somebody else they
Too
wanted
farty.
that was
Too many
way
farts.
more famous than me. But I had
but why would? So were you understudy?
No.
How could they do that?
I was
They hire
done.
you to be on a show, and then they say, "Oh no, we found someone better."
They bought me out of my contract and gave me 20 years of royalties on the show. Which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And and then I got Big Time Rush almost immediately after that happened.
Would you
So,
like to go back to Broadway?
there's only like one show I want to do on
What?
Broadway.
Book of Mormon?
Hairspray?
Fiddler on the Roof. I wanted
Fiddler. Oh my God, you would be so good.
I really want to like find a way to get to do Fiddler somewhere. I'd if they ever get a chance to. Like the dream job is to do Fiddler on TV, like the TV.
Oh, when they do that kind of
musical
stuff.
thing. Not to play the lead, just to play anybody in it. I think all the guys on the nighttime show could be in Fiddler on the
It'd
Roof.
be a dream.
I'm not appropriate for Fiddler.
Oh,
I
Matt,
don't sing. I don't dance.
Yeah,
Matt,
you gotta
would
sing
be,
and dance.
You would be the best constable in Fiddler on the Roof that hates the Jews and kicks them out of town.
All right, fine.
Oh my God!
Oh my
if
God,
I
I
had
got
to,
it, I got it.
I would
I'm-
love
yeah.
that.
That is.
You would
okay.
be amazing in Fiddler. Have you ever done Fiddler?
No.
My God, you as Yenta the Matchmaker is the best casting job in the history of the
Or
world.
yes, or
You'd be
the or
amazing.
the wife.
Oh, it's golden.
Do you love me? Do I
what?
want?
I mean, it's so funny. Such a good piece of work. Have you done any theater? Are you a theater
Yes,
person?
yes, but not Broadway.
Yeah.
No, I did, community theater when I first came out here in Miami, and I do a lot of theater out here, not musical, but I did last year. I did an original called Yes, Virginia. There was just two of us, Anisha Walker and myself.
Oh, wow.
So I like doing theater.
You know what's a funny thing about theater in Los Angeles? And,
What?
and
What?
tell me if you guys think this might be right. Like for many years, because we all just went to go see our friends play.
Who? What is it?
Our friend Ansley wrote a play called Virgin.
Virgin,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it was damn good. It was
Really?
damn
Where was it
good.
at?
It was in the Hollywood Fringe Festival, so
Yes.
it was on like
On
the Santa
Santa
Monica
Monica.
complex.
I've done
I
that.
think.
I've worked there.
Oh yeah, and it was a very very impressive play. And what I thought was so funny is like it was packed every night, sold out every night, and
Well, there's only like 20 seats.
Yeah, but up
That is
to
true.
that point, I was like, oh, I've always felt like theater in Los Angeles is basically a bad choice because who cares? No, people in LA don't really care about theater, but I think that they care a little more in the last few years than they have maybe for the last 15,
I
20.
definitely think so too, because when I first came out here too. Oh my God, there's Shrek. Oh
Wow.
my God,
Yeah.
look at you.
Oh, man.
So that's
I'm
Steven.
s-
This is Steven without any makeup.
Yeah,
right here.
in the morning.
The natural Steven.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm so impressed.
Very green.
No, I think that theater has become better and stronger and more relevant. I went to see a really, really interesting show at the, the Willis and Anadin Theater.
The Bruce Willis.
No.
Oh, the Bruce Willis. It was Die Hard on
stage? It was at Beverly Hills.
It's
What's
the,
that one?
what you talking about, Willis Theater?
Oh, there we
The
go.
Willis,
The Beverly
the
Hills
Willis
Theater Production Company.
Anandin Theater. I don't know, but it was with Tova, whatever her name is.
Oh, sure.
And Stephanie Farsi, and it was called. I think it's called Sisters-in-Law, and it's about Bader. What's her name?
Ruth
Bader Ginsburg.
Yes.
I'm so bad.
Darth Vader.
And then the other,
Darth Vader.
woman, the other woman, blonde. She's something Parker. I don't know. But it's just the two of these women, and it was so good. So you can go see good theater out here.
So just for
point.
anyone listening,
Ruth Bader
You and Darth
Ginsburg,
Vader
Bruce
played
Willis.
at the Bruce Willis
Theater.
John McClane Memorial Theater.
So if I don't
in
have
Hollywood.
paperwork in front of me, I know nothing.
It's a play about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Sarah Jessica Parker.
There we
As
go.
established.
It could have been. I don't remember names. I just remember
what
faces.
you talking about?
Was it-
Willis Theater.
Well, the play that
there
you were
we go.
talking about that we went to see that
Yeah,
Ainsley,
Ainsley did, yeah.
I complimented her on it, and she said, "Oh, you were there the worst night." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, one of the main actors didn't show up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
It
And
was
she
crazy. It
goes,
was great,
Yeah,
too.
and he didn't want to do rehearsals or anything. And I was like, only in L.A. would an actor just not come to rehearsal
yeah.
or the show.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
New York would never allow for that.
No.
Hey, Matt, before we continue the show, we really have something big that we have to announce. I have to announce it right now.
Okay.
It's a big deal. 2020 is a very exciting year. It's a big year, buddy, because it's the 75th anniversary.
Of what?
75 years old.
Who's 75?
I'll tell you who's 75.
It's not William Shatner.
No?
It's not George Takei.
No?
It's not Leonard Nimoy.
It's Sennheiser.
Sennheiser. Oh.
Sennheiser, the microphone and audio company, the company that provides our amazing microphones and our incredible headphones that makes us sound so incredibly
Yeah, we just got a
amazing.
whole new setup. These MD42 microphones, the HD25
Oh,
headphones. These things
I
are
love
awesome.
them. I love them. And these guys, they're the top. This is top tier microphones, top tier headphones. If you are looking for audio equipment, if you're a singer songwriter, if you're a voiceover actor, if you're trying to get into the podcast game, Sennheiser is the way to go. If you're an audio engineer, don't go anywhere else. Go straight to Sennheiser. If you have someone in your life that loves audio, this is the place to do it. Sennheiser's the way to go. Go to Sennheiser.com. That's SENNHEISER.com. And all right, let's get back to the show.
Glazer, I know you had a question about marijuana. Was that what you were going to
Oh,
ask
well,
about?
yeah.
every question.
I mean,
Did you have something
How does
with
it
you?
work?
What?
Yeah,
Should I try
how
something?
would you like to try this
I'd
vape?
edibles scare me. What
you
is
go.
that?
It's just a low dose vape. It's got a lot of CBD.
But
It's very chill.
I have to drive.
That's fair.
And my son probably would not appreciate it.
No, actually, well, my question is actually about, because I think a lot of people listening to this hear words like groundlings and UCB and
Yes.
improv, and that's a great entry point for so many people. Did you find it to be difficult to transition from improv to then being in front of a camera, learning lines, hitting, blocking, and being a part of these huge movies and shows?
Good question.
Well, yeah, very good question. I love improv just because of the freedom that it gives you, and you don't have to memorize. I, as an little bit of an aging woman, and just anxiety in general, have a really hard time memorizing. So it takes me a lot of work and a lot of effort, and I still get everything wrong. So, boy, if I can do improv, if I do a film or a short or something where I go, can I improvise? And they go, yes, that's why we got you. I'm in heaven. I'm in absolute heaven, right?
Of course.
Don't you love improv?
Oh, it can be so wonderful. When it's good, it can be so great.
Yeah.
When it's bad, it's the worst thing.
Well, you
I
just
think
can't go see bad improv, but I've been in horrible improv.
Yeah, when it's terrible, it's so bad. But when it's good, it's extraordinary. It's like a magic show.
Like when you
It's
get
amazing.
guys, when you see the levels of the Ryan Stiles and the Jonathan Mangums and the Wayne Bradys or whatever, it's incredible to watch that at work because they've been doing it together for like 20 years and they know exactly what to do.
Absolutely.
And then you go see some friend of yours who graduates level 1 UCB and you show up to his graduation show and you're like, I want to shoot myself in the face.
Glazer,
because
did I ever
it's
tell
awful.
you that when I went to go see my old roommate
improv?
Do improv, and then
he had a sketch he wrote about you.
Yeah, about how bad a roommate I was, and he didn't know I was coming to watch. And
Are
so
you
then,
serious?
So then he performed it with this fat guy on stage, pretending to be me, and they just talked massive shit about how bad a roommate I was until it ended. And there was no laughs; it was just bad. And then it ended, and then I was like, he saw me in the audience afterwards, and he just went white as a ghost. It was so
You got to be
funny.
careful when you do things or talk about people that are still alive.
Yeah, you do. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Yeah, Joel Zwick. You better watch your ass.
Damn him.
Zwick.
Ruined it for me. But yes, so I still to this day love improv more than anything. We're improvising now, so I'm in my element.
Yeah.
And reading a script is just, or just remembering things. Like, as you can tell, I have a hard time remembering the Willis Andenberg Theater.
Well, walk us through Austin Powers a little bit, because let me tell you this. There's very few times we had John Heater on the show a little while ago, and you know we pointed out that at some point he became a Halloween costume, and when you become a Halloween costume, things go from being just a character, just playing Napoleon Dynamite, to suddenly it's a phenomenon, and you don't that word is not used lightly. And Austin Powers was a phenomenon. The music, the characters, the costumes, the script, the lines, it's so quotable. What was the process like of you getting cast in that? And then just walk us through it a little bit. How did that happen?
Well, I had met Mike doing improv at the Groundlings. Julia Sweeney brought him in we do Cooking with Gas show, which is all improv. And he was our guest, and she brought him in, and I met him through that, and it was awesome, and we just loved watching each other, and he thought I was hysterical because I knew nothing, and I just made it up. And then I think the Jay Roach, the director, came and saw him, and I think because he was working on like an Austin Powers, and he did a special show where he was trying out Austin Powers, and he had like 3 of us, helping him out, and I think I was the only woman. I don't remember if I did Frau. I probably did some kind of that character, but. So, and then they, wrote the film, and he and Jay, I think, wanted me to be a part of it because they loved how I worked. So I did have to audition, and I was a nervous wreck because I wanted to get a German accent down. So I kept thinking, oh my God, I know I'm going to fall right into, New York Jew. I just don't know how to keep away from that. Anyway, so I tried it. I was sitting across from Jay, and he was like, great, great, great. He goes, here, just improvise it now. So I got to improvise it, the part where it's like, oh, the Lucky Charms, and oh, the kids, they're going to love it because it's like marshmallows, like candy.
Yeah.
And so, and then I think they really had to support me and work on, they wanted me, because they brought in a couple of other people that, were a little more, had a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so luckily New Line or whoever, gave the go-ahead, I got it.
Well, what's such a great thing is like when you bring in a big name, then then the audience has to not only get over the fact that they know who the actress is, they know their name, they know their history, they know everything they've ever done. Instead of having to get over all of that, they're just getting a character. And when it's a comedy, character is king.
Yeah, if you get a big name, sometimes it can overpower the role to where they don't see, they don't see Frau, they see Angelina Jolie or whatever, right? They can't play that part because you have to disappear into it. And if you're too big a name, you can't do it.
So the great thing was I was a nobody.
Yeah.
I was really a nobody. And other than I was funny, Mike knew that was funny. I was funny, and I was an improviser. So you did have Robert Wagner. He was the other big one.
Sure.
And Seth, people knew Seth, but Seth wasn't, So if you look at, and then Mike played 3 characters or 4. So
and
that was all that was,
Steven was recognized at the grocery store for being in Austin Powers.
That's true. Do you know that? I was in the grocery store. I was walking around, and this lady came up to me, young lady, and she said, oh, my God, I'm such a huge fan. And I said, thank you so much. And she said, I heard they're going to make another one. And I said, oh, I hope so. You know, it'd be nice to keep working. You know. And then she goes, was it fun? Was it a fun thing to work on? I said, oh yeah. I mean, 4 years of doing a Nickelodeon show. It's like one of the best things you can ever do. And she goes, a Nickelodeon show? And I go, yeah, that's what I do. I'm on a Nickelodeon show. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were in Austin Powers. And I said, you think I'm fat bastard from Austin Powers?
Are you serious?
And she went, I mean, and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I punched her in the face. No, I didn't.
She
I
needed
just laughed.
it. She needed a punch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
It is not
my
the
favorite
only
story.
time it's happened. It has definitely happened more than once.
And then when you broke your foot, and I reenacted it with action figures, without knowing that story, I replaced you with fat bastard.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he
no,
did a
those are those
reenaction.
stupid things that people just they don't know.
That was so funny.
I know. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
well, we all make choices, you know.
And
Mine
mistakes.
have a lot to do with cookies. I do love that. That movie was so incredible. What was Mike like on the set for those movies? What was he like? And also just, I mean, you were up there with our little friend.
Vern.
Vern Troyer,
Who was a doll.
such a
Yes.
wonderful and sweet
I loved
guy.
him, and then I worked with him on The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. He was such a lovely,
Wow.
lovely man. Look, as wonderful and as fun as it is to watch, just think about going every day that I had to work and playing with these incredible people. And with Mike, he just wanted it to be funny. So if you added a little something and he liked it, that was awesome. I was not there to change the lines. I was not there to improvise and show, oh, watch this.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I was there to work off of him. And because Mike is kind of, playful, at every take that he would do, he would add different stuff. So
Right.
your job is to just keep up with him.
Right, yeah.
But not challenge him.
Yeah.
right.
You're just keeping it in
makes
the
a lot
air.
of sense.
Yeah,
Keeping that ball
yes,
going.
absolutely. So I would do those things like yeah, all of that, and the yelling Scott and all that. Well, it was in the script.
Yeah.
She yells Scott. That is how I yell.
Right, yeah.
my voice goes up, like an octave,
Yeah.
and it's screechy. And who knew that was going to be funny?
Do people
was
yell
great
that at
was
you?
Yeah.
Cool.
You must get yelled at all the
so
time,
cool.
right? Yeah.
What I love about your yell is that you leave your eyes open while you're yelling. A lot of people don't do that.
They shut their eyes when
a lot
they're
of people are
yelling.
like, Scott, but you
Really? I've
you
never-
keep them wide open.
My favorite thing is to do with my son, though, is I have a 24-and-a-half-year-old son, and if we're in the car.
He's
and
lovely. I love
He's
that
a
kid.
sweetheart. And if
Great
we're in the
kid.
car and we drive in the garage and he needs to get out, and, maybe we haven't been talking for a while, and then I'll just, all of a sudden just go, get out! He laughs. Get out now! Get upstairs! And to see him giggle at that age, and he knows what I am, but I'll just come out and just do those
You're
things.
so funny. That's
I am
so
a funny
funny.
mom.
You are.
But I'm also annoying.
Hey,
I'm hashtag annoying mom.
moms are so, yeah.
Right?
My
Your
mom's a
mom?
very funny lady.
But she's annoying.
We were at synagogue. Quick side story.
I was
but
at
we were-
Kohl's.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. we were at synagogue, and a bunch of ladies were standing around talking about Havdalah candles. You know what Havdalah candles are? They're
The death
Jewish.
candles?
They're like the candles that are they're like intertwined. They're very pretty.
Oh, no,
And
I'm
so
thinking of the
they're-
death candle.
They're these women were going, oh, did you know they have beautiful Havdalah candles for sale at the temple? And the other one was like, oh, really? What size do they come in? And the other woman goes, oh, there's the 3-inch ones, which are very small. Then there's the 6-inch ones, which I bought. And then there's the 12-inch ones, which are just a little showy. And the other woman goes, I think 6 inches is just right. And my mom walks in and goes, I mean, I've had 8 inches, and that ain't bad either.
Oh, my God.
And the rabbi was standing like nearby and was just looking at all of them. And one of the women goes, we're talking about candles. And my mom goes, well, they are. Like, just like, kind of fucking just talk. You're like, are you fucking kidding me?
No, you need that in a
Oh,
mom, don't
God.
you?
You need a funny, you need a mom
You need a
to like,
funny keep you, yes.
yeah, man,
Oh, I
keep you on
love
your toes
it.
and keep you laughing.
And you have a great relationship with your mom.
She's a good lady.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a good lady. Now you do the Goldbergs.
Great segue.
Which is, my God, so amazing. And you could just spend time with incredible women. Who are the other
Wendy
three?
McClendon Covey is
Yeah.
just one of the
Terrific.
most decent, real, genuine, women that holds that show together. She is the staple of that show. And I work with Stephanie Courtney, who is Flo on the commercials from Progressive.
Yep. Also
And-
Groundlings.
Yes, alumni.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Irwin, who used to write for the Goldbergs, and she's been on the show. So we're called the Frentas,
Yeah.
and we're Wendy's friends.
Yeah.
She puts us down. She calls us horrible names. It is so. She laughs so hard when she has to read or she has to recite what she calls us. You big fat slobs. Your skin is. I mean, she just. It's horrible. And we just, as the characters, we're just. Oh, all right. We're just, But we never walk away. It is so much fun, and it is. It is just one of those shows where I'm working on it next week as well, where I'm just having the best time. I mean, I could do that forever.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
I know.
I love that show so much, and I love seeing you on it makes me so happy. Is there
thanks.
anything else that's coming up for you that you want to chat
I
about?
don't
before
know.
we
I don't
wrap
know.
this thing
I
up?
don't know. Things I've done, they always will come and go somewhere, or it's starting now. It's on Netflix, or so I don't know what's out there.
I love it. Well, I love you.
Is there something that you haven't done in your career that you really want to see happen?
I want to be on a show. Sorry, I thought that would wake you up. I'd love to be on. I would love to be a regular on a fabulous show.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would love
How
to
have you
have.
never been a series regular? That's
Never.
crazy.
I would love to be. I would love to have a place. You know what it is? It's family. I would like if I could spend the day here with you guys all the time. That would make me feel so fun and good, and because it's family, and because you have a place to go, you have a paycheck.
Dude,
Yeah.
I totally
They write,
get it.
and after a while, they really start to get to know you, and they write for your character.
That
Yes.
makes so much
And
sense.
that wouldn't you? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you did do it. I was.
Yeah, but you should be.
I was
someone
on.
should be
I was
doing
on
that for
Ant
you.
Farm, but I was recurring. I was on iCarly, but I was recurring. So I've done a lot of recurring.
Yeah, that's like our friend Fred Stoller wrote a book called Maybe We'll Have You Back, which is about him never being a regular, and it's all the
Yes.
jobs that he had.
Yes.
And it's like, he's like, oh, it was a week on Caroline in the City, and it was a week on Seinfeld, and it was a week over here, and
That
a week
is
over
so
here.
true.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think, oh my God, no one has created this show yet. My friend and I, Annie Sertich, are writing this pilot that is about our lives, and then a little, sort of not. But we're gonna give it a shot and see if there's any way that.
100%.
So I mean,
I totally
you got,
get
but
it.
you
I
got
totally get it.
you got a show that you were regular on.
Look, and I was just talking to Martin Starr from Silicon Valley, and he was filming the end of Silicon Valley the last day. They were like 2 days away from the end, and he said it is very, very emotionally difficult ending a show like that after being on a show for so many years. Like it's gonna hurt a little bit, and but that connection of being a series regular, I think that you 100%. Anybody listening to this that can put Mindy Sterling as a series regular on a series, I would do it in a
Hire
heartbeat.
this woman. I will
In
watch
a
the show.
heartbeat. Because you're an insane talent, and people have a lot of respect for you.
Oh, thank you,
and you're
Stephen.
very, very, very funny
Thank
and
you,
kind.
Stephen.
So
I'm very kind.
thank you for stopping by and doing this
This
with
has
us.
been a blast. Thank you for allowing me to be here and be a part of this. And I have fun when I'm with you guys.
You're the best.
Awesome.
I love you.
Thanks for
Where
listening.
can people find you on the internet, Mindy?
Okay, so my Instagram is Mindy Ster, Ster, and my Twitter is Ms. MS Mindy Sterling. Ms. Mindy Sterling and Mindy Ster.
Love it. Love it. Matt Walker, where can people find you?
Find links to everything at funnymatt.com, or if you're upset by any of my questions, let me know at mattwalkersucks.com.
And people really do. Mike Black, where can people find you?
When I'm not in bed, they can find me at Mike Black Attack on all social media.
Yes, of course.
Resting comfortably.
Resting comfortably.
God love you.
You're an adorable, wonderful creature. Mike Glazer, where can people find you, buddy?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere in the world at GlazerBooHooHoo.
Glazer Boo Hoo
Isn't it
Hoo.
funny how people make up these kind of things? And mine is so stupid. Mindy Ster. Ms. Mindy Sterling. And what are you?
I'm at Stephen Glickman, STPHEN, Glickman on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Oh, you're a TikToker.
Because I'm now
I don't know what TikTok is.
Get on the
TikTok.
ticks.
40
Don't.
years old. I'm
Don't
on a
do it,
app
Mindy.
for children.
Do you know Cameo?
Yes.
He's on Cameo.
I'm on Cameo too.
Oh yeah, you're doing the cameos.
Cameo. I don't know how you find that, but it's Cameo. I'm
Yeah,
on Cameo.
people
And it's
look it up,
great.
and-
It's
yeah.
fabulous.
It's great.
For
At
Steven's
good,
birthday.
Fat bastard on Cameo.
Yeah. For Steven's birthday, we hired Steven to record a birthday message to some random person named Steven. And then we played it for him at our live
Twice.
show, him wishing his birthday.
Twice, and I
himself.
fell for it twice.
I loved it.
These guys play a lot of mean jokes on me. You want to hear one that
yes,
Matt does to
please,
me pretty often?
Please.
all the time.
Yesterday, Matt Walker turns to me in front of a bunch of people here at the con and goes, "Hey, you know who we should have on the podcast?" I go, "Who?" He goes, "This wonderful,
Now,
talented."
let me do it. I'll do it. I was
Oh.
like,
Okay,
I was
here
like,
we
look, since Once Upon a Time is going out of theaters, we should get some Tarantino people. Like, we're not going to get DiCaprio. We're not going to get Brad Pitt. What if you got somebody like Robert Forster
I go, "Robert
from
Forster."
Jackie Brown? He was great in that movie. You nominated for an Oscar.
I
He'd
go,
be great. We could
"Yeah,
probably
that's
get
it.
him.
If you want him on the show, text me some info so I know, but I'll reach out to his manager.
Didn't he
All right?
die?
He died yesterday, Mindy. He died yesterday.
He did?
That's what Matt does to me. Every fucking time a celebrity dies, he will text me for.
And you
we
keep
should
and
have-
you keep and if you don't
Every time I buy into it,
I
he'll text
love
me.
this.
Oh, you know who we should have on the show? And every time I go, who? Because I'm so dumb, Mindy. Every time I go,
love
oh,
this.
okay. Oh, great.
Oh my God, you keep him moving.
He really keeps me on my toes.
You're like the horrible big
it's so
brother
funny.
or that horrible uncle.
Oh, yeah.
And then Steven
He
calls
really
the
is.
booker, and they're like, they're unavailable.
Guys, thanks for listening to the
Thank
show.
you.
Don't forget
Thanks,
to subscribe to the Nighttime Show podcast. Go to www.thenighttimeshow.com. We love you guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.